Hey, the Muffin Show here. I wanted to bring you this game that's all about the nut, all about that walrus giving our high health, low attack pets just that little juice they need to get through. We go with slippery beavers. Unfortunately, we're not really going to be seeing any crazy beaver action this game, but maybe I'll do a big beaver at some point in the future. Our starting team normally would have been good to go. A cockroach and two seahorses is usually good enough to tie the first battle, but our opponent had the horse, and the stats worked out. The breakpoints were just so that we just got annihilated. As long as we can win or tie, it won't really matter. Horse is one of those pets that I feel like it's gotten a lot of hate since the beginning of Super Auto Pets because it used to be you didn't get a heart back on the third turn, and so winning early was just very good, and Horse allowed you to cheese out wins when it mattered a lot more for the game. And so it was really hated. Now it's mostly just helps you transition for that turn from getting rid of old pets for higher quality, higher tier new pets. It's not really used very well in summon pets because late game summon pets, most of the time you just want to get rid of your horse to have another turkey. So it doesn't really see much successful play, besides in the early game. We are taking a lot of losses here. Fortunately, I had the foresight to freeze the Snell, considering I knew team wasn't that strong, and so there's a high chance of us losing. Happy to see that second Snell, since we are still not looking very good, and so we're probably going to need some health buffs off of those two Snells. I gave the apple to one of our rabbits because out of all the pets that we have on our team, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be keeping one of the rabbits, if not for the entire game, for most of it. And actually, with the extra health from those Snells, we were strong enough to win this round. Which means if we get really good options, we might not hold on to the Snells, but we still have 3 lives left, so there's potentially 2 more triggers off of those Snells. I do go ahead and combine because I want the extra 2 attack on this rabbit, and 3 rabbits, hey, 3 is bigger than 2. We got 2 lollipops in the shop. I only froze 1 because I want to get some other food options, and none of my other rabbits are really that high health, so I'm not going to want to use the lollipop immediately, but it is worth just having one available as soon as I get one of my other rabbits to high enough health to make that swap. Salad, always good. I found, in my experience, the 2 foods that really make rabbit builds good in a pack is salad, because it's the best early game food option to get multiple triggers off of one food for your rabbits, and the lollipop. Just having ways to capitalize on your 5 attack, 50 health pet is, you really need those options. And out of those options, Lollipop's one of the best. And not quite strong enough, so we're down to lethal now. At least we'll get our last trigger off of our snail, and then there won't really be any reason to keep him, so we can swap him out as soon as we have a good pet to slot in. Waffle is also very good, considering where we're at. It is one of the foods that helps you recover after you use Lollipop to switch attack and health the fastest. Also, I haven't brought it up this game, but garlic has been... It's an MVP every game that garlic is an option. It is by far the best pet in its tier, or not the best pet, the best food in its tier, and it just, the number of matches where it just helps you with those breakpoints is ridiculous. Like, just there in that fight, we were able to go 1 for 2. Our front rabbit was able to take out 2 of their strong pets, one of which being a hippo, which is very scary, and how they can pop off. I was going to grab the manatee, but seeing an alpaca, I want to look for a better pet to get that free experience, and moose is perfect. The ostrich would have been an interesting option if it wasn't for the fact that the moose was going to unfreeze the shop, and if it wasn't also the case that you can't really run moose and ostrich very well because they both want very different pets in your shop. Man, I really need to get a successful whale shark build. I had a video that a game that I wanted to make, but then before I actually recorded the game playback, Super Auto Pets updated, and so that game was an incompatible older version, and so I couldn't see the replay through Super Auto Pets replay feature. And so, unfortunately, have to wait until some point in the future where I'm able to let the whale shark have its day in the sun. It is the pet that I have lost the most games recently trying to force. Our opponent just barely hanging on with 1 health left to be able to tie, knocking out our moose. This stew is really, I mean, it's still good enough that it's worth grabbing, but we really need to find ways to get some attack. Or, now that we're on 11, we can find the Walrus, the Nut King, the Penn State alumni, nutting on everything around him. Our opponent found the Nut Lord. I always find it strangely satisfying where, in the last fight, 2 pets go up against each other, they both have low attack and high health, and so they just, butt heads 4 times before one of them gets knocked out. And we have found the king and a lollipop, so this is really a great turn where we have a team that has a ton of health, and now we've just managed to make those high health pets scary. our local felon nutting all over the last rabbit. The rabbit juiced up on them steroids, able to take it out. If the walrus would have taken a liking to the moose instead, we actually would have tied. So it's a good thing all walrus is into that Judy Hopps not safe for work type of stuff. Not that I would know anything about that, obviously. I'm a good Christian lad. And it turns out that Judy Hopps' loving nature must be true for all walruses, because they nutted all over those rabbits. I hope all this nutting is like worth the effort, considering that I've just said it like repeatedly. I don't know. Maybe I should stop making videos with the walrus in them, because I have a problem. Not nearly as, like, criminal of a problem as the walrus. Oh my goodness. Those freaks. Well, anyway, if you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate if you could give it a like and subscribe, especially since I'm just starting out making this type of content. And thank you for watching the video, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye now.